This week, art, farmers markets, historic homes, and
famous Dole Whips.
This week, Palm Springs.
While we were in Palm Springs, we stayed at a Thousand Trails resort.
Yep.
It was right off the freeway, off of I-10.
Correct, yeah, right off of I-10.
Right, pretty close to actual Palm Springs.
Yeah, it's not actually in Palm Springs,
Yeah.
It's in Thousand Palms, but that whole area is kind of grouped together. La Quinta, it's the whole Coachella Valley.
Right.
So Palm Springs, Palm Desert, La Quinta, Thousand Palms. So it's all kind of accessible via I-10 or some of the back roads.
And some people may not think there's a lot to do in Palm Springs. We had a lot of fun in that area.
There was a lot of stuff to do. We actually had to kind of narrow down the things we
Yeah.
were thinking about doing because there was too much.
We'll have to hit it next time.
Yeah, well, more stuff to do on the second time. You'd already checked in. This is the Thousand Trails entrance for Palm Springs. I'm not
Driving
scooting
the big RV
I'm
and
not
scooting by everybody.
cutting everybody off with our RV. You can see our RV there right on the right. It's a tight area. It's a beautiful park, I felt.
Yeah.
Not very level.
Now, to help with the parking situation, if you don't really want to deal with parking in between palm trees in a tight spot.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Palm trees, not prom tings.
Okay.
What was your recommendation?
So when you come in the entrance, you either turn left or right. To the right is all the 50 amp back-in spots. To the left is 30 amp, some back in, some pull through. So the 50 amp spots, each spot is guarded by two palm trees, which gives it a beautiful look.
Right.
But if you're not comfortable backing in, now you got to split the uprights of two palm trees. So,
and it's fun for the spotter who's outside trying to guide the coach, and it's a little stressful for sure.
But we got in, no problem.
Yeah.
We did a 50 amp spot, but if we went back, which I assume we will go back because
Yeah.
it's a nice area, nice park. It's easy from Arizona. We would most likely do a pull through 30 amp spot.
Yes.
Or even just a back in 30 amp spot where there isn't palm trees guarding the entrance.
That's true. And a tip we got, which I think helped a little bit, was trying to make sure your coach faces towards Arizona.
Oh yeah, that was
towards
a
the
great
east.
tip. We met a nice couple in Tucson, and she let us know that if you go there, park with your front of your cab toward Arizona or to the east, and then you'll get less sun. I was so happy to have that advice and glad to pass it on because it did make a difference. Every week they have a street festival at night where they shut down Palm Springs main drive, and they have full of food vendors as well as art. What did you think, Ann?
It was a really cool event. It was packed, obviously, as many people can see here, that there's a lot going on. But there's a few farmer vendors, but a lot of people selling stuff.
Yeah, it was more arts and crafts and some guys with churros, music, and everything like that. Then we went out to Cabazon, I'm probably saying that completely wrong, to see the famous dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They're in a lot of different movies, including Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Right.
They have been painted since to be more of a...
Look like dinosaurs.
Look more like dinosaurs, exactly. And inside the Brontosaurus was a gift shop, which was very
Right.
themed with dinosaur stuff. We were interested more for the photo opportunity than anything else.
Right.
And just to say that we saw it. So it was nice to go out and see them. Next we went to Rudders General Store, which is a general store museum. It's really interesting. It's downtown Palm Springs, and it has all sorts of stuff that are in their original packaging.
Right.
So it's actual items that have never been opened from the 30s or before. And I thought that was kind of a unique thing. It did cost to go in, but it was $1.
Not too shabby.
We thought that it was worth $2 to go in and kind of experience it. They had stuff from like hats to
Monopoly.
games. Yeah, exactly, games. And then different items that you would need, thread,
laundry detergent,
right. Just any kind of thing that you would need at a general store. We had been craving Chinese food. The Palm Tree Palace
Correct.
And it's in La Quinta, and I thought it was fantastic. Had skipped lunch, so we were a little bit hungrier than normal.
So we had the crab cheese wontons.
Right.
To start.
And then hot tea.
Yes.
Which was wonderful. And then we had the soup dumplings.
Right.
Which were...
if you watched our Provincetown video, we had delicious soup dumplings there.
Yes.
And we had more in California.
Exactly. These ones didn't explode when you took a bite. The barbecue pork bao buns, which I thought was really tasty. We like the barbecue. They normally are one bite, but these were like 2 or 3 bite ones. So we were really excited by that. We weren't quite full. As I said, we hadn't had lunch, so we ordered some entrees, which was nice because we could take it back to the coach.
Have leftovers.
And we ordered some orange chicken, which was delicious. We took the leftovers back to the coach, which was fantastic. Then we also got some barbecue pork chow mein. It was a little bit more expensive than we normally like to do, but we were eating a lot at the coach. Was it worth it?
It was.
Good. Good.
Good. So this is what RV living looks like. What?
I'm sure we'll do a voiceover.
What? We've got strong voices. Come on.
Such strong voices.
Why do a voiceover? We're naturals. Look at this food. Oh, I bet you guys are jealous of this. Oh, yeah. And where's little Jimmy? Oh, you gonna say hi to everybody? Say hi. We have a playground across from us, so he gets very curious. And the dog park's behind us, too. Oh, love this cooking.
Making Juicy Lucy's cheese stuffed hamburgers with some bacon.
Oh, man. When in California, you gotta have an In-N-Out burger.
So good. Really good.
If you're Drew, you get a double-double. If you're in, you get a single burger. All right, ready to enjoy some delicious food. All right.
All right. Went to the Palm Springs Art Museum. This was on our list because it is free on Thursday nights, free to everybody. So that was really good for us. There was one drawback to it being a free night.
There's a lot more people that come to attend the museum. So if you wanted to focus on one thing at a time, you'll probably have a lot of people reading the plaques with you.
Yeah, it is for 4 hours, but it was great because you got to experience the museum. It is more of a modern art museum, but you know, it was still nice to see. And again, for free, the price was right. They did have some special exhibits going on. So we were excited by that, and that has no extra cost for entry, where a lot of them do.
Sure.
This was all included in that price of $0. So we had a good time. And then they had this really cool thing where it was like birds or butterflies, and it wasn't actually them. Obviously, it's supposed to look like a window, and it was just the way the lights did it. One of the special exhibits was the designer Gerard, Alexander Gerard, who did a lot of designing in New York. And all over, I'm sure. But he did a lot of fabric designs, furniture designs. He designed buildings, and that was kind of cool. And then all those glass exhibits, which were fantastic. All different artists who
and the way they light them up,
so nice.
It just brings out the color in each piece, which was really cool.
Yeah. And then they had that one section of Gerald Clark, and he takes a lot of materials, and he made this basket, and it's all recycled cans, like soda cans that he's crushed and put into a pattern. And I was blown away. I'm not usually big into modern art, but I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then the sculpture garden, which was on both sides of the museum, was kind of really cool, where different sculptures around a pool. And I think you really enjoyed that also.
Yeah, that was a really nice little area, especially at night. It's kind of all lit up. Really makes it a pretty area to see.
Awesome. On another day, we went out and found Sherman's Delicatessen, or Sherman's Deli. It is a famous restaurant in the Palm Springs area. They have 2 locations. We were craving some New York deli type stuff. It was packed.
Right.
And the food was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It was recommended both on some of my lists, but also some of the people we know recommended it. We started out with the potato latkes.
So good.
Great potato pancakes. Came with applesauce and sour cream, just the way
lot
we
of
like
it.
it, and a lot of it. And then we shared the turkey club sandwich and had, so big. Hard to take a bite out of those things, but it was very tasty,
But
and we
you
had a great
found a
time.
way.
I did find a way. It was very delicious. Lots of desserts. We came back a different night and had deep pie, apple pie a la mode,
Right.
which the ice cream was fantastic,
Right.
but the pie was also very good. And it was just a nice little place and good prices for the quantity of food that we got.
Oh yeah.
Then we drove around Palm Springs to a lot of the historic homes that were owned by the stars of the
Yesteryear.
of the
So
Liberace's house, which is really fantastic. That he's owned, I don't know how many houses in the Palm Springs area as well as Vegas, but
there's at least 2 we drove by.
we like that one
was
the
really
best.
cool.
It was seen in that HBO show. Behind the candelabra. And then we just drove around and we wanted to make sure while we were out driving around and saw a lot of different houses, we wanted to make sure we saw Elvis's honeymoon hideaway.
Yep.
It's where he and
Priscilla
had their honeymoon. They also lived there for a little bit, but it was really nice to see their honeymoon spot. And you can do tours. We didn't do a tour. It does cost, but you can do tours, and you just got to look for that schedule. And we just enjoyed the driving around.
Hi everybody, today we are going to go to a farmer's market in Palm Springs.
Yeah, we're in downtown La Quinta, and actually Old Town La Quinta, and they do it every Sunday morning as far as we know. So we're excited to go to the farmer's market, and we got our bags in case we get some stuff.
And they're open from 8 to 12:30, so come along with us. We're gonna take a look and see what they have to offer.
Then we went to a farmer's market. It's important when you're on the RV to keep stocked up on fruits and veggies, and nothing like a farmer's market to get straight from the farms. It was really beautiful in downtown La Quinta, Old Town La Quinta.
No pets allowed.
No pets, no smoking, no pets, no smoking pets. So it was awesome to just kind of all different kind of vendors. They had a meatball guy, which we went to. They had apples, fresh veggies, the empanada stand, the honey. Oh, we had great honey.
And it's all local produce in and around the area, which you can't get more fresh than that for produce in the area.
And did you enjoy these meatballs?
The meatballs were very good. A little spicy, I think, for both of us, but
that was the
good.
Indian tikka marsala version.
Right.
But it was still tasty. Then we got some dips. We got some fresh hummus, eggplant
sauce.
hummus, some tzatziki, and some pita chips. And then we got some honey, which the honey was phenomenal just based on how the blooms and how the bees pollinated it.
Oh, yeah.
It was just really nice to have different types. And then we also got some veggies for dinner, some fresh bread. Definitely got some fresh bread for dinner that night, to have some crusty bread and some sourdough bread for sandwiches. And
be prepared to have cash.
yes, have cash. Some of them do take cards, but more often it's cash. Like the fruits and vegetables mostly were cash. So we got some fresh vegetables, as I said, and then we kind of planned our meals around that so that we could go and get proteins for it.
Which was great.
Nothing like getting fresh vegetables right from a stand. Gonna use them tonight, most likely for dinner. It's awesome. We're excited. We then went and got some fresh apples, and those apples lasted for a long time. I think they lasted all the way to San Diego.
Yeah, and it was nice because you could sample each of the types of apples she had. So instead of just
so
going, I don't know if this is
knowledgeable,
going to
too.
be sweet or not, it was great.
And then the empanadas, which were delicious.
So let me show you what heaven looks like. This is a delicious guava and cream cheese empanada. Get your hands away! That's mine, and it is good. Stop, 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 stop. everybody. So this is a Dole Whip that typically was first introduced in Hawaii, and it's become more popular at places like Disney World. So we're here to enjoy some. Let's give it a nice taste. So it's a little bit of pineapple with vanilla. It's all mixed together. It's great. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do.
So we have the date shake here without whipped cream. These date shakes are one of the top 5 here in the area. They're voted one of the top 5. We buy our date paste directly from a farmer locally here in the Coachella Valley. They bring it in, they bring the paste in, so we actually make it and create it right here in our shop. So the date paste is fresh, the ice cream is of course Lappard's, which is, you know, about 13% fat for the servings.
Okay.
So it's an amazing creamy texture. So one of the top 5 choices definitely in the Coachella Valley. So I think you guys will like it, right?
Thank you.
Overall, I think we had a great time in Palm Springs. We did a lot of different things while we were there, and I think you enjoyed yourself too, right, Drew?
Anytime with you is a good time. But yeah, no, it was a really fantastic city. We got to see a lot of different things. We got to seek out so much more that we're going to have to go back because there were so many items that we were on our list still that we didn't even get to cross off.
That's true.
We'll definitely have to do Joshua Tree on our next visit. But going to that old Welcome Center, which was an old gas station where that Palm Springs sign was fantastic. And I loved it. I would definitely go back. It's a great city on the way to the California coast.
And it's got so much history as well. You know, we only showed you a couple of the houses that were on that tour, but if you look online, there are so many different people. Dean Martin, Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, they have a walking tour where you can actually do, you pay and they take you on a guide and you can walk by them. They're all kind of in the couple of blocks apart from each other, which makes it really nice. But we just kind of drove around and...
You feel like you're going back through time, especially when you drive by those houses.
Absolutely. But some of them are just 2 blocks off the main drag.
And some with no gates. I mean,
No
you
gates
could
at all.
just go right up to the door, but those people aren't around anymore, so...
Cary Grant's not going to worry about it anymore.
Exactly.
Hello, Dahlia. So... Thank you so much for coming with us. We really like it if you would subscribe.
If you're already a subscriber, we definitely appreciate it.
We do. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. We definitely love the comments, all the comments. So make sure to comment. If you like it, like it. If you want to subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for coming along, and we'll see you at the next stop.
All right.